Hi guys, how you doing? So in today's video, I would like to give you a few tips on how to create great films with a zero budget.
Eso es lo que me ha dado a mí la fixie y mis ganas de querer seguir queriendo mucho más, no conformarme.
So at the beginning of this year, I released a short documentary film called Los Sueños about a bicycle messenger from Buenos Aires. You can watch it here. The film was a passion project of mine, and it ended up making it to a few festivals and even winning a few awards, which I'm extremely grateful for because I really put my heart into it. It also got licensed by the guys from AOD, Mark Bone and Michael Del Monte. I was able to sign up a representation with Film Supply, and to this day, I'm landing jobs and I'm getting in front of people's eyes thanks to that one project. And the best part? It cost me $0 to produce this film. Well, almost. I paid around $200 to my sound designer, and he did an amazing job and a massive favor. Now, I'm not saying these things to brag, but to show you that it is actually possible to create great films without spending a lot of money, especially if you're at the beginning of your filmmaking journey. All it requires is time, commitment, and being able to leverage your resources. So now, let's talk about few practical tips that can help you create your next life-changing film.
En un momento me pregunté, ¿a dónde voy? ¿A dónde quiero ir? Necesitaba salir, necesitaba pedalear, necesitaba literalmente agarrar la bici y pedalear sin tener como un destino.
First off, think about the stories and characters that you already have access to. I would think about this in terms of location, people, and time frame. When I made my film Los Sueños, I knew I'll be in Buenos Aires for 3 months, so it made sense to make a film in that location. You can apply the same thinking whether you live in a small town or a big city. Deciding to film in a location where your base is can dramatically reduce your expenses because you won't have to travel to meet your character. And if you will have to travel, you probably own a car, you can use public transport, or you can do what I did and use a bicycle. It is sustainable and it is very affordable. In terms of people, think about the interesting characters that you already know. I'm sure that someone from your family, your friends, or friends of your friends has an interesting story that would be worth making a film about. You can really use this to your advantage, because convincing a character that you already know will be much easier, especially if you're working with zero budget. At the same time, I would try to think about what can you do for the character? How can the film actually help that person? Maybe it will help them build their personal brand. Maybe it will help them to, promote a cause that they're currently involved in, and so on and so forth. In terms of time frame, try to estimate how much time you will actually need to finish the film to the best of your ability. It took me about 2 months to finish the filming of Los Sueños, and I'm not counting the post-production. For you, it might be longer or it might be shorter, but you want to make sure that before you start filming, you know that you can commit the time necessary to finish the film. The second way to reduce your budget is to utilize your gear, your resources, and your skills. So first, learn to use the gear that you already have, rather than trying to rent expensive equipment. I shot Los Sueños with Lumix S1, which is a 4 years old mirrorless camera, and with 2 Canon FD lenses. I also used 2 RGB lights, and that was basically it. So as you can see, you don't necessarily need expensive equipment to be able to create great work. When talking about resources, also learn how to use natural light, because if you can do that, you can dramatically reduce the costs of your production, because instead of renting big lights, you can literally use the sun. Apart from the gear, try to think about the skill set that you have. Maybe you can shoot, direct, color grade, etc. The more skills you have, the easier it will be to create a zero-budget film. And if you're lacking some skills, try to look for people that have those skills and try to onboard them for your passion project. You would be surprised how many film professionals actually want to jump on projects in order to create something meaningful and something that will help them grow their portfolio. I find that the best way to get people on the project is to create a director's treatment, so you can get across your creative vision and get them excited for what's to come. And speaking of director's treatments, I would like to thank today's sponsor, which is me. Me and 2 of my friends are currently in an early stages of planning another passion project. The project is called The Himalayan Heartbeats, and it will be about Sherpa culture and Sherpa women in Nepal. The production will happen this November, and we are currently looking for the right partners that would join us on the mission to, first of all, create a film, but also create some tangible impact for the Sherpa community in Nepal and all around the world. So if you are a brand or you know someone from a brand who would like to jump on a project like that and not only, as I said, create impact, but also receive high quality content in return, don't hesitate to get in touch. I'll leave my email in the description below and you can also see it here on the screen. And now back to the video. So the third thing I would like to mention when creating a zero budget film is you need to be willing to put in the effort. Passion films are some of the most fulfilling projects for us filmmakers, but as I said, they require a lot of effort. This could mean waking up at 2 a.m. to be on the location at the right time, staying up late to finish the edit after your working hours, or deciding to start hiking mountains because you need to prepare physically for the expedition and the project that is in front of you. For example, Los Sueños took me about 8 months to finish because I could only work on it for a few hours per week, and there were weeks where I couldn't put in any hours at all. So if you really want to create films that require zero to little budget, be prepared that you will need to put in a lot of effort. But from my experience, I can tell you that it is definitely worth it. And last but not least, get the project out. This is really important because if you spend so much effort on creating a film, you really need to make sure that it will get in front of the right people. Apply for festivals, send it to filmmakers that you look up to so you can show them your best work, send it to your existing clients so they can see how you improved, and use it to connect with productions. Once again, you really want to make sure that your film will get in front of the right people's eyes. You will see that if you do this, the momentum that you can create can last for months or years to come. And as I said, my project Los Sueños is still getting me work to this day. I've been making passion projects since the day I bought my first camera. And every time I make one, it only moves me forward, career-wise, but also knowledge-wise. Thanks to this, I'm finally able to raise funds for my films and create better and more meaningful projects. But as I said, it all starts with the zero budget projects that you can create on your own or with a small team. And before I end this video, let me just say this. I myself know how easy it is to find excuses to avoid difficult things. But if I learned one thing in life, trust me that excuses will only hold you back from achieving your goal. So use these tips I gave you and create some good passion projects. Peace. Okay guys, let me just show you the light outside because it's incredible. Look at this. They are burning the rice fields in front of our house. And it looks incredible. Spreading sugar on my misery, and I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my